What if I told you that your future isn't written in the stars, it's written in your daily routine? Every single choice, every single habit, every single moment you repeat is designing the life you will either celebrate or regret. Your routine is not just what you do, it's who you become. And if you don't own it, it will own you. The way you wake up determines the way you rise in life. The first hour of your morning is not just another 60 minutes. It is the foundation of your destiny. Think about it. The second your eyes open, you are either stepping into your power or handing it over to distractions. Most people don't even realize how much of their future they waste before the day has even begun. They wake up late. They drag themselves out of bed. They scroll through social media, letting everyone else's life dictate their mood. That is not waking up. That is surrendering. And when you start your day surrendered, how can you expect to conquer anything? Your mornings are a reflection of your discipline, your priorities, and your hunger for life. If you hit snooze, what you are really saying is, my goals can wait. My dreams can wait. My future can wait. Every time you silence the alarm and choose comfort over commitment, you are training your brain to procrastinate, not just on waking up, but on everything that requires effort. And once that becomes a habit, it bleeds into every decision. Your work, your health, your relationships. Waking up is not just physical. It's mental, emotional, and spiritual. It is the single most underrated decision that sets the tone for your entire existence. Now ask yourself honestly, what do you do in the first 10 minutes of your morning? Do you fill your mind with noise, or do you fuel it with intention? That moment is sacred because your brain is in its most receptive state. What you feed it becomes the lens through which you see the entire day. If you start with chaos, chaos will follow you. If you start with strength, strength will guide you. Imagine the difference between waking up and grabbing your phone versus waking up and declaring, today, I rise with power. One choice steals your energy, the other multiplies it. And multiplied energy is what separates those who live on autopilot from those who build empires. Your mornings don't need to be perfect, but they must be intentional. You don't need to run a marathon at 5 a.m. or meditate for 2 hours to change your life, but you must do something that aligns with the future you want. Read a page, journal a thought, stretch your body, plan your day, breathe deeply. Small actions, repeated with intention, create a ripple effect that carries through every hour that follows. People underestimate how much power lies in these small rituals because they look so simple. But simplicity is deceptive. Simplicity, done consistently, transforms everything. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to how they treat their mornings. Look at the lives of those who rise to the top. Athletes, leaders, creators, entrepreneurs. They don't just stumble into productivity. They design it starting with their mornings. They don't let the day control them, they command it. They know that if they win the morning, they win the day. And when you start stacking one victorious day after another, it builds into weeks, into months, into years. That's how legacies are written. Through the small, invisible choices no one sees but you make every morning. So, if you've been careless with your mornings, it's time to wake up, literally and figuratively. Because every wasted morning is a wasted opportunity to shape your future. Life doesn't wait for you to get it together. Time doesn't pause for your excuses. The future is being built while you're still deciding whether to snooze or rise. You don't need to change your entire life in one day. You just need to change the way you begin each day. If you can master your mornings, you can master your life. The first hour of your day is the most powerful weapon you have. The question is, are you using it or wasting it? Never underestimate the power of small habits, because they are never just small. They are seeds, and every single one you plant has the potential to grow into something massive. The workout you skip is not just a missed workout. It's a vote for becoming weaker tomorrow. The late night you justify with, "just this once," is not just lost sleep. It's a signal to your brain that discipline doesn't matter. The casual gossip you engage in is not just harmless talk. It's reinforcing the habit of wasting time on people instead of building yourself. On the other hand, reading for 10 minutes isn't just reading, it's sharpening your mind. Saving $10 isn't just saving, it's training financial discipline. Waking up on time isn't just routine, it's proof you honor your commitments. The point is simply, small habits never stay small. They multiply and eventually they define you. Most people believe transformation is about huge, dramatic changes. They wait for a breakthrough, a lightning strike of motivation, a magical moment where their life suddenly shifts. But that's not how change works. Real transformation is quiet. It's repetitive. It happens in the unglamorous, ordinary moments of your day. The habit of drinking water instead of soda. The habit of showing up on time. The habit of finishing what you start. These actions might feel insignificant in the moment, but over weeks, months, and years they create a compound effect so powerful it becomes unstoppable. The tragedy is that people don't realize how much of their life is being decided by what they choose to repeat when nobody's watching. Think about it. Every choice you make is a domino. Push the wrong one, and the chain reaction leads you to a future of regret. Push the right one, and the chain reaction builds momentum toward greatness. But the truth is, people often sabotage themselves because they underestimate the cost of one decision. Just one skipped workout, just one cigarette, just one late night. They convince themselves it doesn't matter. But one becomes two becomes 10 becomes a lifestyle. The brain learns quickly. If you allow it to excuse one weakness, it will excuse 1,000. The same works in reverse. One disciplined choice becomes two becomes 10 becomes a lifestyle. Success or failure is not determined by one big decision, but by the repetition of tiny ones. Your habits are proof of your identity. You cannot claim you are ambitious while your daily habits scream laziness. You cannot call yourself disciplined if your actions are built on convenience. What you do repeatedly is who you are becoming. And that is why every single small action is so critical. It is casting a vote for the person you are building. Each time you choose discipline, you are casting a vote for your future self. Each time you choose distraction, you are casting a vote against it. You don't need to win every battle, but you must win enough to create momentum. And momentum, once it builds, is almost impossible to stop. The compounding effect of habits works exactly like interest in a bank account. When you deposit small amounts consistently, your account grows over time. The growth might look slow at first, almost invisible, but eventually it explodes. Habits work the same way. The small things you do daily compound silently until one day they explode into results that everyone else calls overnight success. But there is no overnight success. There is only daily, consistent, invisible work that compounds until it becomes undeniable. And the same is true for failure. It compounds silently until one day you wake up with health problems, broken dreams, wasted potential, and you wonder how you got there. It wasn't sudden. It was the compound effect of the small habits you ignored. So, if you want to know where your future is heading, stop looking at your dreams and start looking at your habits. Dreams are just intentions, but habits are the execution. It is not what you say you want that shapes your future. It's what you do daily without thinking. That is the scary truth, and also the liberating one. Because the future isn't built in giant leaps. It's built in small steps. And those small steps are always within your control. The power to transform your life is not hidden in some faraway opportunity. It's in your hands right now, in the choice you're about to make, and in the habit you decide to repeat. Don't tell me what you want. Show me your routine, and I'll tell you your future. Anyone can talk about ambition. Anyone can say they want success, health, wealth, or happiness. But words are empty without proof, and the proof lies in what you do every single day. Your routine is the scoreboard of your priorities. If you spend your mornings rushing, your afternoons distracted, and your nights wasted, then no matter what you say, your actions reveal the truth. You value comfort more than growth. People deceive themselves with dreams, but routines never lie. Take a closer look at your daily life. From the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, what consumes your hours? If your routine is filled with scrolling, gossip, television, and procrastination, then don't be surprised when your future is filled with mediocrity. On the other hand, if your routine is filled with learning, discipline, planning, and taking action, your future cannot help but expand. The routine you keep is the bridge between your intentions and your reality. You can't build a castle while laying bricks of distraction. You can't expect a future of greatness if your present is careless. The brutal truth is this: your time is the most honest reflection of your values. You may claim that health matters, but if you never train, never eat clean, and never prioritize rest, then you are lying to yourself. You may claim you want financial freedom, but if you spend more than you save and never invest in growth, then your future will reflect your negligence. You may claim you want to be successful, but if you fill your schedule with comfort instead of challenge, then success will forever remain a fantasy. Stop pretending your priorities are your wishes. Your priorities are written in your calendar. The people who rise to extraordinary heights are not magically gifted. They are intentional with their routines. They guard their time with ferocity. They know that what fills their hours will eventually refill their lives. That is why they do not waste precious energy on things that don't matter. They cut out distractions. They refuse to give their best hours to meaningless activities. They schedule their goals into their day and treat those hours as sacred. If you want to know why some people accomplish in 1 year what others can't in 10, it's because their routines are aligned with their vision, while others are aligned with their excuses. A routine is not just about what you do, it's about what you tolerate. Every choice you make, every compromise you allow, every hour you waste is a declaration of what you're willing to accept in your life. If you tolerate mediocrity in your daily routine, you will live a mediocre future. If you demand discipline, consistency, and purpose from yourself daily, your future will rise to match that standard. Your routine is the soil and your future is the harvest. Plant carelessness, reap regret. Plant discipline, reap destiny. So, the next time you claim you want something, don't look at your words. Look at your day. Your future is already visible in how you spend your time. Do not fool yourself with visions of success if your routine is training you for failure. Do not imagine a future of abundance if your present is defined by waste. Your routine is the clearest mirror you'll ever have. Look into it, and it will show you exactly who you are becoming. If you don't like what you see, change what you do. Because your future is waiting, and it is being written by your routine right now. People love to glamorize success, painting it as exciting, flashy, and full of constant adrenaline. They imagine it as private jets, luxurious lifestyles, and standing ovations. But here's the truth: most people will never accept success is boring. It is repetitive. It is quiet. It is found in the discipline of doing the same things over and over when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when there is no applause. Success doesn't arrive with fireworks. It's built with routines that look ordinary on the outside, but are extraordinary in their consistency. That's why most people never achieve it. They chase the highlight reel, but abandon the grind. The people at the top are not there because they did something glamorous once. They are there because they did something disciplined thousands of times. Waking up early is boring. Studying when you're tired is boring. Saying no to distractions, no to comfort, no to instant gratification is boring. But that boredom is the birthplace of greatness. The world doesn't see the early mornings, the countless repetitions, the sacrifices, the nights of self-control. They only see the outcome. And that is why success looks glamorous from the outside, but feels monotonous on the inside. Those who cannot embrace monotony will never hold success in their hands. Discipline is not meant to excite you. It's meant to transform you. The magic of success lies in showing up every single day, even when it feels dull. Imagine an athlete running drills for hours that look the same every day. Imagine a writer filling pages with words that may never see the light. Imagine an entrepreneur making countless calls, sending countless emails, hearing countless rejections. None of it is glamorous. But stacked over time, it becomes a foundation that cannot be shaken. That's why the boring routines matter. They forge the unshakable identity of a winner. The world is addicted to instant gratification. People want fast results, quick wins, shortcuts to glory. They want the thrill of achievement without the patience of process. But life doesn't reward the impatient. It rewards the consistent. Success is not about speed, it's about stamina. The ability to do the boring things long after the excitement has faded is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Think about it. Anyone can get motivated for a week, maybe even a month. But who can stay disciplined for years? That's the real test. And that's why success is rare. It's easy to mistake boredom for failure. You'll wake up some days and wonder if it's even working. You'll question if the small actions are making a difference. You'll feel tempted to quit because the process doesn't look as exciting as the dream in your head. But boredom is not failure. It's evidence that you're on the right track. When your habits become automatic, when your routine becomes second nature, you are building the foundation of a future that most people will never have. The process is supposed to feel repetitive because transformation isn't about novelty. It's about consistency. So, if you ever feel like your life is too ordinary, too repetitive, too predictable, don't underestimate it. That repetition is the rhythm of progress. The quiet, boring discipline you practice today will echo loudly in your future. While others are chasing excitement and burning out, you will be building something permanent. Success doesn't come to those who chase thrill. It comes to those who master the art of repetition. Boredom is the doorway to mastery, and mastery is the doorway to greatness. If you can fall in love with the boring process, you can build a future most people only dream about. Every single habit you repeat is a vote for the person you are becoming. You may not realize it in the moment, but every action you take is casting a ballot for your future identity. Do you want to be stronger? Then every time you step into the gym, you are voting for strength. Do you want to be more disciplined? Every time you resist distraction, you are voting for self-control. Do you want to be more intelligent? Every time you choose to read, learn, or think deeply, you are voting for wisdom. The reality is simple. Who you become in the next 5 years is not a mystery. It is being decided by the small, invisible votes you cast through your daily routine. This is why your routine matters more than your goals. Goals can inspire you, but they do not transform you. Habits do. You can say you want to be successful, but if your routine is built on laziness and excuses, your actions will vote against that dream. You can claim you want to be healthy, but if your daily choices are junk food and neglect, then your votes are stacked in favor of sickness. Goals are intentions, but routines are execution. Your routine is the ballot box, and every action you take is deciding the election of your future. The outcome is not random, it is earned, one choice at a time. The danger is that people don't notice the power of these small votes until it's too late. Every day feels ordinary, so they dismiss the impact of their actions. But that's where the trap lies. You don't ruin your life with one bad decision. You ruin it with repeated bad votes. You don't transform your life with one good decision. You build it with consistent good votes. Think about it, one donut won't make you unhealthy, but repeated over time, it creates disease. One missed workout won't ruin you, but skipped repeatedly, it creates weakness. One distraction won't destroy your focus, but indulge daily. It builds a life of wasted potential. Each vote feels small, but the final count is everything. Your identity is nothing more than accumulated habits. If you look at yourself today, you are simply the product of the choices you made yesterday, the day before, and every day before that. And if you look at your future, it will simply be the product of the choices you are making right now. That's both terrifying and liberating. Terrifying, because you cannot escape the truth of your habits. Liberating, because no matter where you are, you have the power to start voting differently today. You don't need to wait for permission, for motivation, or for some magical opportunity. All you need is to start casting your votes for the identity you want to build. What makes this powerful is that you don't need perfection. You just need consistency. You don't need to win every vote to transform your life. You just need to win the majority. If you choose discipline more often than laziness, growth more often than stagnation, courage more often than fear, you will shift the trajectory of your entire life. It's not about being flawless. It's about tipping the scale in favor of who you want to become. One disciplined action will not change your identity, but 10, 100, 1,000 over time will. You become what you repeatedly choose, not what you occasionally attempt. So the question is not whether you are casting votes. You are, every single day. The real question is, who are you voting for? Are you voting for the future self you dream of becoming? Or are you voting for the weaker version of you that chooses comfort and excuses? 5 years from now, your life will be the reflection of the ballots you cast in your routine. Every day you wake up, you are holding the pen. The identity you create is not fate, it's a decision. And that decision is made in the ordinary, repetitive choices that most people ignore. If you're trapped in a routine that drains your spirit instead of feeding it, it's time to break the cycle. Too many people live their lives repeating habits that kill their potential. They wake up every day, do the same things, follow the same patterns, and then wonder why nothing changes. They feel stuck. But what they don't realize is that it's not life holding them back. It's their own routine. A routine is like a script, and if you keep rehearsing the wrong lines, you'll keep performing the wrong play. The only way to rewrite your future is to rewrite your daily script. Breaking the cycle doesn't mean flipping your life upside down overnight. It means having the courage to disrupt patterns that no longer serve you. If your mornings are wasted on snooze buttons and distractions, start with one change. Wake up with intention. If your evenings are wasted on mindless scrolling, start with one change. Replace it with reading, reflecting, or planning. The power of breaking the cycle is in small shifts that compound into massive transformation. But you have to be bold enough to say, "This version of me ends here. A new one begins today." That declaration is the first crack in the chains of mediocrity. People often wait for motivation to break their cycles. They think they need to feel ready, inspired, or energized before making a change. But that's the biggest lie you can tell yourself. Motivation is unreliable. It shows up randomly. If you wait for it, you'll be waiting forever. Change doesn't start with motivation. It starts with action. The act of doing something different creates its own energy, and that energy builds momentum. Waiting for the perfect time is just another way of delaying your future. The perfect time will never come. The only time is now. When you choose to break toxic routines, you're not just changing your habits, you're changing your identity. Every shift you make says something about who you are and who you refuse to be. If you choose to stop wasting time, you're saying, "I am no longer a person who tolerates distractions." If you choose to prioritize growth, you're saying, "I am a person who invests in my future." Breaking the cycle is an act of rebellion against the weaker version of yourself. It's standing up to your own excuses and saying, "You no longer control me." That is where real transformation begins, when your actions declare a new identity. The resistance will come. Your old habits will fight back. Comfort will whisper in your ear, convincing you to return to the familiar. Friends and family may not understand your new routine. They may even resist it because it reminds them of the changes they are too afraid to make themselves. But this resistance is not a signal to stop. It's a signal that you're moving in the right direction. Growth always comes with friction. The stronger the resistance, the clearer the proof that you're breaking free from a cycle that was never meant to define you. The truth is, life will hand you a routine if you don't design one yourself. And the routine life gives you will not lead to greatness. It will lead to mediocrity. That's why you must take control. Design a routine that aligns with your vision, your values, and your goals. Every day, make choices that move you closer to the life you want instead of further into the life you're trying to escape. If you don't, you'll wake up one day realizing you've been living the same year on repeat, mistaking it for progress. Breaking the cycle is the only way to break free from that trap and claim the future that's waiting for you. Your routine is not just how you spend your time. It is how you shape your destiny. Every choice, every habit, every pattern you repeat is either pulling you closer to your vision or quietly destroying it. The future you dream about will not come from chance, luck, or waiting. It will come from the rituals you commit to, the discipline you enforce, and the cycles you refuse to repeat. The truth is, your life is already being built brick by brick, day by day, and the bricks are your routines. You cannot outrun them. You cannot escape them. They are either your prison or your freedom. And the beauty is, you hold the power to decide which one they become. So stop waiting. Stop lying to yourself. Stop treating your future like it's disposable. The life you want is not out there. It is right here, hidden in the choices you make when no one's watching. Write your story through your routine. Build your legacy through your discipline. And never forget, the life you're living tomorrow is being designed by the actions you take today.